Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Forget all the small talk. We're just going to start with a phone number. Just get that out of the way because phone numbers are easy to forget, like a lot of things. So give us a call if you have questions about money. 855-935-TALK. 855-935-8255. I'm hearing an echo. Am I hearing an echo back from your FaceTime device there, dude?
No, that's all off. I have nothing. I don't have an echo.
Back?
Echo. Maybe because I'm so important they play me twice. They only play you once.
Okay, now let's start the show with something other than a phone number, which is 855-935-TALK. As you can probably already tell, Tom is well caffeinated today. He's well caffeinated. So I have a question for you. I don't want you to be well caffeinated. Not you.
Oh, okay. Oh, the audience.
Them.
Ah, got it.
The other you. The grander you. The you.
Please.
All of you. Have you had a snack? You should have a snack before you listen to a financial talk show. I guess it's scientifically proven that if you have a snack, you're going to make better financial decisions. Or so says Jason Zweig. So, have you had a snack?
I had a couple of peanuts, yeah.
That does not count, Mr. Caffeine.
A couple of peanuts? What do you want me to have? I had breakfast at like 6:30 or something. I'm not hungry yet.
It's noon.
I know. I'll eat after the show. I always wait till after the show to have lunch.
All right. He can, but all of you
get slow me down.
Get a snack before we get started because
we'll spend more time on Jason's advice on making good decisions when you're not hangry. I guess
not hangry and not sleepy, not wired up on caffeine, not there's a lot of stuff in this thing. It's pretty interesting, and really what it comes down to, it says the solution is discipline. Isn't that the solution to almost everything?
Well, yeah. Now, I wish I had discipline around certain things in my life, which I don't. But okay.
5 Hour Energy. He owns half the company now. 855-935-TALK is our phone number, 855-935-8255. But we are here to talk about how you can make more money. And many of you think that the way you make more money is through grand gestures. Big stuff. I am going to go out and buy Tesla. I am going to go out and put all my money in Bitcoin and become a Bitcoin millionaire overnight. You know, something big, that you got to do something big. And it turns out little may be better. Less is more.
Yeah, I mean, small changes can make a huge difference. And this comes from our friend Paul Merriman, who wrote an article for Market Watch, which I think was published yesterday, which if you haven't read a certain amount of articles, you can go read this on yourself, because he's talking about ending up with 1.5 times more money in retirement, not by working longer, not by making more in terms of salary, but showing you that if your asset allocation, a small change, most of you have nearly all of your money in the Standard & Poor's 500.
Either that, or people have most of their money in a bank account or in CDs or something like that. But very few people have even a slightly reasonably diversified portfolio, much less doing the things that Paul suggests, which is overweighting to certain asset classes.
Yeah, owning more of things that you just don't own more of because you don't know them, and they're harder to buy. I mean, he points out here that if starting in 1970, now I know a lot of you didn't start investing in 1970, but you can use the advice today, by the way, if you're 50, because you're going to say it doesn't matter anymore. And I'm going to say, sure it does. If you live 30 or 40 years, you want to be properly invested. But he points out the fact that if you put the same amount of money in the S&P 500 for that period of time, or you instead built a portfolio Yeah, you still own the S&P 500, but then you have those big companies that are considered value. You have small company blend stocks and small company value stocks. Listen to the number. Each person puts in $57,000 over that 1970 to 2004 timetable. With the S&P 500, you end up with $552,000, which sounds like a lot. But the point is, if you put it in a more diversified portfolio, you ended up with $842,000, allowing you, by the way, with a distribution in retirement of taking out $22,000 a year with the S&P 500. How about this? The diversified, $33,600 a year. So you can see it's 1.5 times, right?
Would have been.
Difference. Would have been. But I think when we don't know moving forward, but here are the things I remind you. Make sure you know how diversified you are. Make sure you know how much you're paying others and how much risk you're taking. Get the little things right all the time.
And throughout the show, we'll share some of those little kinds of things you can do. We share a lot of those things with you, and we'll also take your calls at 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Set your course for a great future with a free copy of our 60-page Better Retirement Guidebook at vestory.com, vestory.com.
For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
Hey there, hi there. Oh there, I'm Don McDonald, that's Tom Cock. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're there, and you can call us at 855-935-TALK in much the same way Mike did. Hi, Mike. Welcome to the show.
Mike, what's up?
Hey, I'm here. Love you guys. I've been long-time listeners, first-time caller. Got 4 questions. If you guys can stop me if you ever want to, and 1 request for something future. First one I'll start off.
How many questions did you say?
He had 4
I
questions.
got 4 good
Mike,
ones.
I think
you'll like them. They're
all right.
Okay, go.
I don't even let my wife ask 4 questions.
I'll start off with the one that you guys have been talking about a lot with, is something with the cryptos. And I hate it. I try to disadvise people, but the whole thing with it, is there any investing portfolios, platforms that allow you to invest that within a Roth IRA instead of people not taking advantage of that tax umbrella and just going into a taxable account?
Well, there's no income from Bitcoin. It's all capital gains.
Correct, but they're on your capital gains. So they can.
Oh, I see. So have it in a. Yes, are there ways to invest?
No, not yet. No, not yet. There's an ETF coming.
Yeah, I think Goldman's got something coming out.
There's
soon.
an ETF or 2 coming down the pike. But let me tell you, Mike, crypto's done. The people who own it don't even know it yet. But crypto, as we know it today, is going to end up being a failed experiment, and it will soon be usurped by Crypto One, crypto euros, crypto dollars, crypto pounds, crypto yen.
And by the way, there's some guy I read about in the Journal today that started his own crypto in like 2 minutes or something. They wrote it in the 2 minutes.
Anybody can start a cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I know. I think we should have Tom and Don crypto. Anyway, okay, go ahead. What's your next one?
Completely on board with you. Completely on board with you guys.
Thank you.
Love that answer. Second question. Working with my parents and everything a little bit within their retirement. So I got 2 questions that go with it. They're getting some financial advice. They're about Social Security coming up. My dad's going to be 62, and their advisors mentioned that they could start withdrawing from it at 62, and even though they don't really need it, they could then take that money and just reinvest it into the stock market, which I have disadvised because you could pretty much
this is worse than the crypto idea.
Guarantee 8% growth per year if you just leave it there until you're 70.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, do you know anyone who makes I almost don't anybody who makes 8% a year anyway.
That's bad advice. That's just bad.
And especially, and let me just the money.
Yeah, let me just add. Let me put on my little psychic hat for a minute. Their financial advice provider is a commissioned stockbroker. I think I'm right.
All right.
Am I
Possibly.
right?
I do not know all those details. I will try to
check their statements. I bet it's somebody who lives off commission, and they're going, "Hey, if I can get an extra couple $1,000 a month in to put in something, I can make another $100 a month selling them commission mutual funds or insurance."
Yes.
Crud. Next question.
Secondly, Secondly, on the
Third.
retirement thing.
Oh,
Third. Second on the retirement, third overall. So right now, my parents, as they're retiring, they only have an IRA account that they're withdrawing from and have the fixed income. They will hopefully wait till 70 to have another source of income. So that's another taxable form of income. Is there any suggestions you would give to them on like a yearly conversion to like a
distribution
Roth IRA versus an IRA?
Oh, Roth conversions.
Yeah, no, I
So
mean, this is a
then
good
whenever
time
they
for them
get
to be
to
doing
70, they
Roth
can draw
conversions.
from a different,
Yeah.
So they
How?
can
And you're
draw from
you're
a
just turning
different pot.
62. Do I think it's a good strategy at 62 to 70 without income? Sure. Yeah, it's a great idea because your tax rate is low. You can run. You could take out all the way up to the next bracket. Here's the part: do they have the cash to pay the tax on the money they move from the IRA to the Roth IRA?
Yes.
Then it's a great idea.
Yeah, but it
So
takes
just
some.
to set them
You
up
got
at, their, at later age.
Yeah, no, I think it does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it sets them up for more money later. And they're really, if they do properly tax manage these conversions, they can keep their tax bill down to practically nothing.
Well, and that's what part I was getting to is it does generally take the work of a seasoned investment professional. Can I say
Or
that?
CPA.
To get it right, because I do see people making mistakes around this. So you don't want to move up to the next bracket is number one. And you always want to have the cash to pay the taxes. Those are two easy ones. What's your last question there, Mike?
With that one, though, if they do have that conversion to a Roth, does that start a 5-year thing, or since they're not using their income,
Yes.
they could withdraw on it?
Yes. 5 years are in effect when you do conversions. That's correct.
Last
That
question
means you
for
can't
me
take
is
the money out without taking. Yeah. I was trying to clarify that just very quickly to the audience. That means if you take the money out that you moved over within the 5 years, you're going to pay tax on that instead of, you need to wait the 5 years
To get the tax-free growth.
To get the tax-free growth. So go ahead. What's your last question?
Thank you for that. And the last one is a personal one. If I have a year's worth of expenses saved up, do you believe I should keep that all in a high-yield savings account, or should I do something with half of it, 3/4? Because even if an emergency event were to happen, lose employment, something of that nature, I don't see that I would need all that in the first month or even the first 6 months to a year. Do you still just say keep it in that high-yield
No,
savings account?
Tom would be in favor of an intermediate term bond product. High quality.
Short term.
Yeah, short-term bond.
Short-term
condos.
corporate, yeah, VFSTX. But here's the thing. Do you have after-tax money? In other words, money that is outside of your pre-tax like IRAs or Roths? Do you have other money invested?
Oh, yeah. I got plenty of stuff that's places. Different
then
ways.
do you have fixed?
I just have
do you have fixed income there? Do you have bonds in that?
No, I'm too young to have fixed income.
He's smart. He doesn't have fixed income. This is
so in
just
that
his
case,
emergency money.
Then yeah, I'd put half of it
Yes.
in the high yield, and I'd put half in the Vanguard short-term investment grade bond fund. Sure.
Wait, what was the second one? Oh, the high yield savings. Be careful when you say high yield, because I hear junk bonds. I have to be careful with that.
Well,
no,
I didn't mean to say high yield. No,
savings getting
the Vanguard short-term investment. I said high yield. The Vanguard short-term investment grade VFSTX. Don doesn't want me to go through the phonetic alphabet for you.
It's all right.
VFSTX. It's a short-term, high-quality corporate bonds issued by companies that will pay you back, or pardon me, have always paid you back.
Yeah.
Don't know about the future.
Yeah, probably.
That's a reasonable thing.
Yep, I think that's reasonable.
Divide
And you said
between
you
those
also
two.
had a suggestion.
Yes, I've been loving your new podcast that you've been doing and YouTube video cast with Paul Merriman. I know Paul is a big endorser of Ultimate Buy and Hold. Can you guys do a podcast video cast of I can't even think of it, M1 Finance? And I believe it makes it very easy to take a strategy like that and dollar cost average in and have that already allocated to your different asset classes.
I'm going to say yes, but that's up to the two other guys on the show. I think it'd be an interesting topic.
There are Paul and me.
Yeah, I let you have a vote sometimes. Not often, but every once in a while.
I'm only.
Thanks, Mike.
And you're only the youngest of the trio, too.
Oh, good. Thank you. I feel better already.
The old guys should outvote you. 855-935-TALK is our number. I'm Don. That's
Tom and Don are talking real money.
a second opinion could save your life either physically or fiscally. Let one of our Vestory advisors help you save your future at Vestory.com, Vestory.com.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
The essence of this program is making the process of dealing with money as understandable as possible. The ultimate point, though, is making your life as comfortable as possible financially. And we will do everything in our power to help you on that path. So call us with your questions before you get involved in something. Run it by us for a second opinion. Let's take a look at your situation. Let's see if we can make what you're doing better. Give us a call at 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255. Got a couple lines open for you now, and Ian's waiting. Hi, Ian. Welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hello. Hi. Thank you. Love you guys. Anyways, we have a young child. She's 2 now. My wife and I are invested in our own work 401ks, but we're trying to get her started. So when she does turn 18, she has like a nest egg for her to be able to do, buy a house or go to school or so forth and so on. But I didn't want to tie up that money, so she would have to use it for school just in case when she does turn the 18 that if she wanted to do something else with her life than just go to college, she would have that money to do that. We have about $12,000 saved up now, and it's just kind of sitting in the bank. And I was trying to explain to my wife if we invested that now at her being such a young age, when she does turn 18, would probably be more money than just keep putting money in the bank for her.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
No, absolutely. We're huge fans of getting it invested. I would just like you to maybe split the baby on this one.
That's what I was going to say. Look at that. Yeah. Half in a
not your baby. We want your baby to stay whole.
Okay. No,
the thing is, you need to start a 529 because it can be used. It doesn't have to be used for traditional college education. It can be used for trade schools, for apprenticeship programs, for all kinds of things that an 18-year-old might not think is good for them at the time, but may a little bit later. And I got to tell you, I wouldn't want to give 5 figures, 6 figures to most 18-year-olds, and I've had plenty of them. Tom, you've had several 18-year-olds yourself.
Yeah,
about to have another one before
too
long.
Yeah, I know, not a fan of handing them a big pot of money. So I would do the Utah 529. I think it's a great program. It's very low cost. You can buy age-based. And then, Don, for the other $6,000, what kind of account would they open for that for a long-term investment?
Yeah, here's the trick. You sound like you're savers and investors, right?
Yeah, we're both maxed out at our work 401ks, so that's pretty much.
What have you done about estate planning?
Estate planning, nothing so far. We're both kind of in our mid-30s still, so
doesn't matter. You can both die.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
What you probably need to do is, because you're good savers, you need to start with an estate plan to help make sure that that if something happened to both of you, there would be care for your children going forward. The other thing, though, you could do with that estate attorney is set up for your child when they get older some sort of a trust that allows them to get money for good things and doesn't allow them to get money for bad things.
And you could pay it out over time, and you could have a trustee on that, someone in your family you trust. The trustee for my trust is my brother, who generally makes good financial decisions, but other than real estate. So then you have a way to sort of have
he's probably listening,
He probably is. Then have a little You want me to tell the story?
No,
right now?
no.
A little control.
I don't
want to.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be the cause of family.
Exactly. There's enough of that going around. So, yeah, I like that. So, put half in the 529. The other half would go into that trust that could be invested. And yes, that should be considerably more money in 18 years invested properly. Get 1.5 doubles probably in that. I mean, that's a long
plus
time
then
from now.
you could have relatives add money to the trust for the kid long term. You got a lot of things you could do. Better than toys. Although
So you
toys are
definitely
fun.
suggest the 529 for these half seats.
Absolutely, and the Utah 529 is one of our favorites.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Tom and I created Vestory to help everyone become a better investor, even those who will never be clients. Let one of our advisors help you start your financial plan or solve a money problem free with no obligation or high-pressure sales pitch at Vestory.com, Vestory.com.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
855-935-TALK is our phone number, 855-935-8255. And Mike earlier mentioned our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We are up to a whopping
How many? Drum roll, please.
170 subscribers.
Oh, please go subscribe because otherwise
This
we're going
makes
to
you
get
feel
a
bad, doesn't it?
complex.
Yeah, but we
Because
had
Paul has like 5,000 or something,
What
or
is-
some
what does Paul
ridiculous
have?
number.
We
looked it up at one time.
The funny thing is, though, we had that channel from 2017, and prior to us putting up the new videos,
Which got taken down.
We had 57 subscribers or something.
Go
Oh,
find
wow.
out why we were banned. Go
Paul-
find out why we were banned.
They didn't tell us. Paul was
I know.
Paul.
We'll figure it out.
Paul. Oh, somebody just subscribed.
Thank
Just
you.
now, I
That's
just saw her
very nice. Thank you.
subscribe. Paul's got 6,000 subscribers now.
I said that.
His
Or
number's up.
5,700, Yeah.
His number's
Yeah.
up.
Well,
So go check it
and
out.
I got to just say
What?
it. I'm just going to put it out there. Really, you and I are more attractive than he is. I don't know how else to say it. It's just
I got to
true.
tell you,
No. He's got his hair real short. He's got that weird beard now and everything. I'm just going to say it.
I am more
Yeah,
attractive
sorry.
on radio than anybody.
Stop it.
I am. Look at how
Get a
good.
complex.
Look at how
Come
good I
on.
look on radio. But yeah, think
All right,
about
let's-
it. I got the
Yeah.
voice.
Yes,
Which
you do have that.
I mean, I got a quick story.
No.
Yeah, just quick. Years and years ago, years after I'd gotten divorced from my first wife, some
Yeah.
woman, it was a telephone salesperson or something, and she goes, "Oh, you have a gorgeous voice. Are you dating anyone?" And I'm going, wow, the woman's picking me up on the telephone because of my voice.
No, she felt safe because you might have been a continent away. That's why.
You never know, right? 855-935-TALK is the phone number here. Jackie, you're up next. Welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hi, thanks for taking my call, and I'm sorry I sound a little hoarse. I apologize for that. And by the way, your newest YouTube subscriber is me.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
I'm calling today because I want to get you guys' opinion. My employer has decided they are going to involuntarily take like 3% of our paycheck from us unless we decline it and put it in a 401k account against our own wishes. Something does not smell right to me. What do you guys
new.
think?
This is
This
new.
is the world we
This
are
is
headed
the way we're
for.
going. This is the
Yep,
way we're
mhm.
going. It's
And let's explain why, by the
okay.
way.
Good. You explain why.
I'll explain why. It's very simple, Jackie. It's more than half of America that gets to retirement and I never saved anything. So I'll just have to live on Social Security the rest of my life, which most people can't do because it's not enough. So at some point, people, yeah, you've been a saver, right?
Well, I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm what you call an essential employee. I'm a certified nursing assistant, and even I live paycheck to paycheck. So I haven't
Well,
been able
you're-
to put much back, but I try.
You're not in a highly paid field,
No, that's not.
and it's
no.
sad
I'm
that
not.
it is. And it's sad that that's the case.
I had the opportunity to talk to 2 EMTs this morning while my daughter was getting vaccinated because they make you wait 15 minutes to make sure she's not going to topple over. And they both, by the way, they have the pension, they have the Social Security offset, but they also have a 457 that they're both investing in. I think anybody starting in any employment should figure out how to set something aside. So I'm not totally opposed to the 3%. If you're hoping for a sympathetic ear here, I'm generally not in favor of government telling you what to do. But in this case, I am probably okay with it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You have the option, Jackie, to opt out. So just if you can't afford it, don't do it. But I would encourage you to take a really, really, really close look at your budget and see if there isn't a bit you can trim out and do this, because you may find yourself, how long until you retire?
Oh, I'm 40, so I got a long time. I'm hoping I can work till I'm about 70. So, I mean, I've got years.
30 years or so. So what do you have saved for retirement already?
Well, not much, because I had somebody that was abusing me financially about 10 years ago that forced me to clean out the retirement account I actually had. So I'm rebuilding, literally rebuilding everything, and I'm still paying off a bunch of debt too.
And the point I'm trying to make, the point I'm trying to make, Jackie, and just we have to take a break, but thanks for calling. The point I want to make is, if you're going to rebuild, one of the best ways you could rebuild is with a tax advantage that actually puts part of that money back in your pocket that you're putting into this plan. And if there's a match, remember, the match is absolutely free money. And if you're going to rebuild, the time to start rebuilding is not tomorrow. It's truly today.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Want a free copy of my book, Financial Physics? Well, go download it right now at Vestory.com, Vestory.com.
For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
Oh, investing for retirement. It is a subject fraught with emotion, because the reality is, if you do it early, you'll be amazed at the eventual result. But there is pain involved. There is short-term pain for that long-term gain. And we just had a call last week from a woman who thought she was in a 401k and was mad because she wasn't in the 401k. So
want to know if she go back and fix it. Yeah,
kind of damned if you do it and damned if you don't do it.
And here's what's happened. I mean, because so many people haven't done it, so many small businesses, which a lot of people work for, haven't been able to afford setting up a retirement plan, which actually you can do almost nothing at Schwab now. But 401k is always going to be expensive because there's more reporting there. Mm-hmm. But a lot of small businesses don't have them. A lot of people, as you just said, they're getting by dollar to dollar. They can't afford them or don't believe they can afford them. So what happens is all these people get to retirement and they can't afford it. And then they have a health problem, and you got to go on Medicaid, et cetera, et cetera. So I think the government is right to say, look, we got to figure some way out. And this is always the challenge. Like, if you're not going to do it, then we're going to have to make you do it.
Right. And that's
they can't make you save, but they can make companies set up a plan.
But you see, for those who think, well, I don't want the government telling me what to do. Well, do you want the government supporting you in retirement? If you want that, then you're a hypocrite. You're a total hypocrite. If it's like, well, then the government should give me money when I retire, but I don't want them telling me what to do while I'm working, you're a hypocrite.
We have that same discussion in my personal life, but that's a whole other thing. So here's the reality is, we now know.
I'm not going there.
I wouldn't touch that. California, I think it's Oregon and New York, are going to make companies have a state-sponsored IRA program so that people have a way to save in a small business.
And then there's the Secure Act 2.0. If it passes in 2022, it will give businesses $1,000 tax credit per employee for setting up a 401k for them.
And another part of that is moving required minimum distributions back to age 75.
You know, I don't have a problem with that, because I'm a month away. I'll just let the cat
You're 75 next month?
No, I'm a month away from 65.
Oh, wow.
And
do you want somebody to come in here and help you into the studio, or how's
no, that's what I'm saying. If I feel as good, except for the lingering effects of my common cold, as I do now, I'm not going to want to start taking money out of my retirement at 75. I'm probably not. I'm just going to let it sit there. So there we have it.
And they get but the problem is,
I've told you too much now.
The government ever get its money back on that? At the end of the day, I think the smarter play is, for anyone under the age of 30, The only retirement savings plan is Roth from now on.
Roth
That's
is
it.
good.
Yep. Put it away.
Although,
pay the tax,
in my case, I'm higher bracket now, and by any measure I can come up with, I'm going to be lower bracket in retirement.
No, because we're going to be paid so handsomely to be on CNBC every day right after Jim Cramer. We'll be making big bucks.
Yeah,
because we're going to show them our YouTube channel, and they're going to say, we got to put these guys on.
At 75, you want to put the two of us on TV? You've lost your mind. 855-935-TALK is our number. Tom, you're up next. Welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hey, guys. How's it going today?
Good. What's up?
Good. Hey, I have like a two-part question. Okay. Currently, I'm in a 401 over at work. I'm in the Target retirement account. And by listening to you guys, I was thinking about possibly rolling over my 401 over to a couple of the Fidelity funds, which I think are pretty good. Okay. Only because I'm not worried about the trying to make more money or anything. But the fees alone, I think I could probably save $1,000 or $2,000 a year. Okay. That's part one. I don't know if that would be a good idea to do it now or not.
Well, let's come back to that. Let's come back to that. Go ahead to part two. Let's see how they relate.
Go ahead, Tom.
Okay, yeah, because I'm about a year and a half out of retirement now. So,
all right, what's part two?
I'm in now. I kind of figured out stuff. I'll probably save $1,000 or so more each year.
All right, we'll stay there then.
Fees.
We'll stay here. Stay here.
How are you going to save the money?
Where's the savings coming from?
Cost? Yeah.
Well, I can't quote exactly the fees, but the two funds that I was going to get into were the FSKAX and the FXNAX. Okay, and between those two combined, I'm in I'm in a Fidelity 401k, but it has the Vanguard target funds. And
okay, you're not going to save any money.
That one.
The costs aren't going to be a whole lot different.
The costs are going to be almost exactly the same.
Well, I don't know. There's, in my fund, the fees are, I'm going to say 0.065 or something in the target, and they're 0.02 and 0.01 or give or take in the other two funds.
Wait, so the Vanguard Target Date Fund is 60 basis points? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, it doesn't.
Maybe they charge more because it's housed at Fidelity? Yeah.
Which target date maturity is your target date fund? Is it the 2025?
2035.
2035.
I want a little more.
Good. Yeah. No, that's fine. The expenses are 0.14% per year.
So that's less than the two funds. But I'm wondering what the problem may be here, Tom, is the fact that if it's custodian at Fidelity, they're charging you some additional fee. That is possible, I guess.
That's what I'm thinking too. Okay.
Well, then why not just switch to a Fidelity target date fund?
Yeah, they offer that Fidelity target date fund, which you can probably. I would do that before I would start messing around with a couple of funds.
I could look at that. Because in my final thing, I want to keep those other two funds I was talking about for the future. Okay, that's my plan is now. I really didn't want to get into that, but I'm pretty. I don't want to say stupid about this, but when you withdraw from your IRA, and versus a percentage point versus a specific dollar amount, is there a formula or a something to the effect of how you would balance your portfolio or how you would withdraw from each fund during your retirement?
Well, this is one of the beauties of a target date fund. You don't have to worry about that.
There's nothing then because you're just taking out a certain amount of the fund every year to pay the bills. If you have a couple of funds and you established an asset allocation that was a certain percentage in one, certain percentage in the other, then at the end of the year, you'd say one went up faster than the other. Take the money from that, buy the other fund to get back to the correct percentages, put the resulting cash in your pocket. So it takes a little bit more work, but yeah, that would be a pretty easy formula to follow.
Right. So is a good formula also to withdraw everything? Like, say if you wanted to take I don't know, $10,000 a year out of your retirement, okay? Should take it all out at once or by a monthly deal?
Okay, now that question comes up a lot. We're big fans of the we don't know the future. We don't believe in dollar cost averaging out. Dollar cost averaging in works because we dollar cost earn.
We get different prices.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
When you get out at the best time is probably at the end of the year when you're required to take it out. Let it sit there, go earning tax-free for as long as humanly possible. And in terms of being able to, this is another reason why it makes so much more sense to have a target date fund. And if you're paying 60 basis points for a target date fund, unless you have a ton of money, it's really not going to amount to thousands. I can't imagine, but Fidelity does have target date funds. Look into those, see what the fees look like there. Thanks for the call.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Is your portfolio a mess? You may have a case of hodgepodgeitis, but don't worry, we can help. Just set up a free, no-obligation meeting with a Vestory advisor at Vestory.com. No sales pitch, guaranteed. That's Vestory.com.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Oh, look at that. In my email, I just got fished. Not with like fishing, but PFSISH. Somebody wants me to get started and get a $90 prize. Yeah, I'm not going to fall for that. Hey, if you found that you've got a problem and it has something to do with money and you just don't know where to go to get an answer, you don't know how to get started on the path to a real retirement plan or something like that, why don't you take advantage of us and our advisors and meet with one of our advisors, our fiduciary advisors, for free, no obligation, no high-pressure sales pitch. We're not going to give you more than like about an hour or less, whatever it takes. We might go over. I don't know. But go set up an appointment right now at Vestory.com. That's Vestory.com.
We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestory, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures.